looking at the industry today, people say, what's new or what's going on? I don't know of a time that's been this exciting. We look at, since 2010, the kind of growth that we've seen on the conveyorized side of the market has just been astronomical. I remember, growing up in the business, it's 35 years for me now, and I remember my dad sending me out to look at every car wash that was doing over 200,000 cars so I could learn. And that was doable back then. You could easily go and visit all of those. You look at today's volumes, and if I wanted to say to my son, now go visit every car wash doing over 200,000 cars a year, it'd be virtually impossible. What the express model has done to our industry, bringing so many more people out of the driveway. We've watched the consumer studies for the last 10, 15 years, and each one of them has said that one of the things that would drive more people to the car wash is if it was less expensive and if it was quicker. And of course, this express model answered both of those concerns. And you can see from the volumes that it has driven a lot more people to become professional car wash customers, which is great for our clientele and great for our industry. So we're watching the explosion. I would tell you at this point, about 80% of the locations that we're delivering are express. And it's obvious why. The clients that are doing this, and it's all based just on return on investment, they're building as fast as they can find new sites. That's what's holding them back. It isn't raising more money. In fact, it's the opposite. We're seeing so many people look at our industry now, or within our industry, people going to the next level, like on the gas side of things. These guys that running a convenience store, it takes 35 people to run a convenience store. It takes 7 or 8 to run an express car wash. No spoilage, no receivables, no inventory. So the gas guys are starting to look at this and realize, I've had that little car wash. Maybe it's time I really look at the car wash business as a whole and realize how well it can fit into what we're already doing and drive us to the next level. So very exciting time right now in our industry. You take what's happened with the express model and what's happened with the volumes, and then you add to that the new piece of the unlimited plan, which has taken what I would call marginal locations to the next level. And once you've taken those locations to the next level, now you have an owner-operator who's interested in getting in building more locations. So here he was trying to figure out, okay, I'm making a return, but not a good enough return where I want to have 5 or 6 more of these things. His volume is now to a point where he's doing exactly that. He's out there looking for more sites. So that has been huge for our industry, taking those mediocre or medium sites to the next level. You come into the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's when you started to see the idea of car wash roll-up. It was a fragmented industry, and some outside money started to look at it. And it really started changing. Guys now were more business people coming into this industry versus the car wash guys going to the next level. And they did a couple things for us that I think really helped the industry. They understood the idea of the customer experience, our retail look and feel. So I think they did upgrade the industry as a whole. It's much more professional today than it was in the old days, much more retail than it was in the old days. And I think it's helped bring our industry to the next level. Since I've been doing this for so long, this isn't the first time I've seen an uptick. The last big uptick ended in about 2007, 2008. It was a good run. It was really then that first start of when Express came into the market around 2001, 2002. So it ran up in 2007, and then of course, it wasn't because of what happened in the industry, but it was the economy that went down. We saw the nosedive, we saw things slow down. Things started picking up again around 2010, 2011. The growth rate that I've seen since then to today, this is the fastest, heaviest growth rate I've ever seen on the conveyorized side of the market, where it's not just Sonny's, it's several of the OEMs that are growing, not just double digits, but over 20% a year. I mean, I've never seen growth like this and change like this at this rate. And I don't see it ending. As long as interest rates stay relatively low, the clients are making such a good return on investment, they have no issue with continuing to build. In fact, they're aggressively looking for sites and building as fast as they can. With that in mind, I recently took on a financial partner, and looking at the rate of acceleration in the industry right now, until today, everything that we've done to build Sonny's was funded internally. If you knew my dad, it was old school. You take your money, you put it back in your business, and that's how my brother and I ran our businesses our whole lives. What I'm seeing today, it made me a little uneasy. I really felt that the things that we have in our pipeline that we want to develop over the next 5 years, I want to accelerate that growth rate. I want to get these products and services to market at a faster rate because of the growth rate I'm seeing in the marketplace. To do that, I needed the right financial partner, and I believe I found that in Sentinel Capital Partners out of New York. They like what we were doing. They understand that we're the largest in our industry, and they like our little niche. As we had more discussions, They understood how critical it is that nothing here changed, that this is a very relationship-built business. One of the things that did change is now Anthony is also my partner, which for me, that was very rewarding to know now he's not just we consider him part of the family, he's actually now a partner of mine. So people say, like, are you guys staying? Well, you don't think Anthony took on partnership and now is going to leave. So the two of us absolutely plan on staying and continue to drive this thing forward. My kids are still part of the business, so my family still has a very large equity stake in the company. So now there's really the three of us, Sentinel, Anthony, and my family. So looking at the industry, again, with the growth rate and all, and the change of who the client is, the client's needs are very different today than they were in the past. My client of the past, who was a professional car wash operator that had 1 or 2 sites, knew the business inside and out, was very hands-on. These guys today are business guys who are building a large group of units, and they see it very differently, and they're growing at a fast pace. So they need more help from a company like ours to help them continue to grow their company. They're not as hands-on day-to-day, understanding the chemistry. It's not what they want to do. They understand the business and are looking to then have around them the industry expertise that they need to help them grow the business. The other thing that's very different too is they like the idea of going to one source for a lot of things. The fact that we have a total offering is very attractive to the client of today. They like the idea that we can help them totally from start to finish. The education piece, the equipment piece, the controls piece for their POS and web-based management tools, and of course then the parts and supplies to keep their locations running. They like the idea of a total solution. So internally, we spent a lot of time and money recently on the back end and the front end of the business. We have SAP now running the front end of the business. We saw this growth coming and we knew we had to make some radical changes to the foundation of the company to keep up with the change and the growth that we were having. So SAP at the front end and all of the machines and robots on the back end. You know, I still see my kids as the future of this company, so I wanted to make sure I laid the foundation for the infrastructure that would support what we believe the growth is going to be going forward. That piece we already did. Where I see my partnership now with Sentinel is helping me in the future is funding these new products and services that we want to bring to our clients. We think that by accelerating that, it's not only going to be good for Sonny's, it's going to be great for our clients long term. So I think part of what really sets us apart is you know, we talk about it internally as 3 main things. First of all, there's the fact, our leadership in the industry. We are by far the largest producer of conveyorized car washing equipment in the world. No one disputes that. It's kind of neat to be able to say you're the largest in the world at what you do, and trust me, that didn't happen in a day. You know, this is between my dad and myself and Anthony, this is a lifetime of work that went into this to get to where we are today. But not only do we sell more conveyorized car wash equipment than anyone in the world, we're true manufacturers. And the fact that we do everything within this building, I believe is a great benefit to my client. We're very market responsive, so since we have the capability to go from an idea to a prototype to a finished good very quickly, since we have everything we need in the building to do that, including now the 3D technology to instantly prototype, it's really cool what we can do inside today to go from idea to product. The other thing, because we're true manufacturers, we have total control then for our clients over product quality, product delivery, and service. So I think that's one of the reasons why we are the largest, is these people know that we're going to deliver them a quality product on time, and it's going to be something that's easily serviceable going forward. The next piece then, of course, is the industry expertise. You know, my family's been washing cars since 1949. I smile when I say that because I remember every time my dad would say that, I go, here he goes again, telling another story. But it's true, and it's kind of cool. So as a family, we've been doing this since '49, and I think that unique experience and knowledge gave us the ability then to put together for our clients what we consider a total solution. And to me, that's the third piece, our total car wash solution for our clients. So we start them off, we have the car wash college, so we can give them then the training they need from the planning stage, the management stage, and of course to help them then with the growth of their company. Then of course, largest in the world of what we do. So on the equipment side, they're going to get a quality product that's world known. Next piece, of course, then is the controls piece. So we have for them all the web-based management tools and POS side that they need to effectively and efficiently run their company and bring it to the next level. And then finally, the parts catalog, the 900-page book that made us famous to begin with. And behind us here in the warehouse, $12 million worth of inventory in support of our clients. Because God knows they don't stock anything when they need it yesterday. So we have to have it on the shelf and be prepared to make sure that we can give them that kind of support to drive their locations forward. We love the fact that we did the opposite of everyone else about 10 years ago. We insourced instead of outsourced. We do everything now within the four walls of this building. To do that and be able to compete against an India or China or my competitors who become more of an assembly house than a manufacturing site, we've had to bring in the latest technology. So if you go into the back end of my building where we do all the heavy manufacturing, you're going to find all the latest technology in CNC machines, robotic feeding of those CNC machines, lights out capability where those machines make parts from start to finish without anyone touching them all night long. Robotic welding to help us get to the next level, not only quality-wise, but speed. You know, this is what we've had to do to continue to compete with keeping the quality up and keeping our costs down. And the other thing that's different about us is we are a make to stock, assemble to order company. When you call us for a full system of equipment, we're not building anything specific for your site. We're building to the shelf and then assembling for your order. That gives us the ability to make 10, 20, 30 of whatever it is we're building, even big mitters, wraparounds at a time to drive the cost down and keep the quality up in anticipation of your order. So we build to economic quantity. And then even the mill who then sends us our aluminum, it comes in pre-cut. So there's no waste. Another way that we can drive down our cost and keep our quality up to the standard that we need for our clients. Because on top of that, then we have the best warranty in the industry. Our frames are a lifetime warranty. You can't do that if you're not putting out the right quality. Being 35 years in the business, I got to tell you, my wife was very nervous when I told her I was considering this move with Sentinel. Because as she says it, this isn't what I do, this is who I am. And same thing with Anthony. You know, for us, this isn't a job. This is who we are. And this is our entire lives have been spent in this industry. And if you look around us as to who our friends are, who our family is, it's all car wash guys. I can't tell you the last time I went out to dinner with someone who wasn't some way related to the car wash business. That's who I spend all of my time with. Those are the people I enjoy being with and want to spend the time with, because that's the other thing. If you understand our business, it's very time consuming. And you know, it includes weekends and nights, and so you only have so much time, and you want to spend that time with your family and the people you care about. As I look around me, all those people that I care about are car wash guys. Oh, when I made this move with Sentinel, the first 35 calls I made, they're my top 35 clients, but not because they're my clients, they're my top 35 friends. And I wanted to share with them what had just happened and make sure they understood why I did it and what was going on, and the fact that, yeah guys, I'm not going anywhere. I've just brought in a team that's going to help me grow this thing to the next level. I firmly believe that with Sentinel's business experience and their financial wherewithal, teamed with my company's industry knowledge and relationships, this is a dangerous partnership. And the upside of that too is, watch what I can do now even faster for my clients.